Are we? Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Everybody there? Oh, I guess we're online, right? Yes. Yes. Oh, do I look good? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board here at the G30 channel. I always wish to have a radio channel, and here it is, a radio channel with video live. Welcome here. It's the Friday, 1st of May, and I'm so happy. We are so excited. Today is the release of the very first single of my new project, G30. Some news that I have today, a little bit unhappy news, which is I'm not surrounded by the guitar players that I work with. However, the good news is we will today find some connection with them through the internet and ask some questions. So at least we are all together and to celebrate this beautiful day. We are going to play the single, of course. We even are going to show you the nice video clip that we produced. It's all been a long secret. We had some quiz questionnaires and games, and some people of you, maybe some of you that are watching now already saw it, but hey, hush, we will save that for later. First, I'm trying to hook up with guitarist Brian Borders. Brian Borders and me, we know each other from way back, but never had the chance to play together. And one day I saw him on the internet doing some shredding, and I was like, ooh, that's amazing. That guy really plays cool. And I think like 2 years ago, I had a song that I was creating. Well, some of you might know, some of you don't, but I do use the guitar. I play the guitar to compose the songs, most of the songs actually. And now for G30, yep, I'm using the guitar. But you will never see me on stage with the guitar because, especially with these two guitar players, Mark and Brian, they are so mean and good, man. I don't dare to even touch a guitar when they are around. Back to Brian. Brian and me, we know each other for a long time, and when I saw him playing on YouTube, I thought, I need a shredding guitar player for this piece. And this piece that I wrote was titled G30. Some of the people ask me G30, that reminds me of G3. Yeah and no. G30 actually is the type of car that I drove around in for a long time, a Chevy van. And it was a Canadian version, the G30, diesel V8, a beast, a cannon, great car. Was the ride of my life, so to say. So I titled that song G30. And here we are now, like almost 2 years later. The project I named G30 with the, a little reference to G3. 2 guitar players and one who composes the song. Let's find Brian because he must be waiting somewhere. He's in the studio at this moment. Brian, are you there? How do I connect this? Press this button that says in the manual. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Brian. Oh, there is Brian. Brian is playing guitar. Brian, hello. Does he hear me? Brian. Hey.
Hey, Juanito.
Hey, Brian. How are you doing, man?
I'm cool.
Yeah?
Relax.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, we are here all together. There's a little party. I got some questions for you. Maybe you can answer them. That would be super fantastic. Well, let's ask, I never asked this question to you. Who are your favorite guitar players? Share it with us, please.
My favorite guitar players are,
Yeah.
Look at him.
Oh, Jimi Hendrix. Okay.
Mike Stern, John
Stern.
Schofield.
Okay. Fusion guitar players.
I used to like Frank Gambale.
Okay. And more?
That's about it.
That's about it. Well, that's quite a few names you have there. You mentioned, and for me, that's fine, man. I can totally recognize your, the taste of the music you listen to. It's more like fusion that you play, anyway. Well, great. How would you describe the music that we play with G30? Because people ask me that sometimes, and I go like, well, I know what it sounds like, but how would you describe our music, Brian?
Excellent question. Um, well, lots and lots of guitar,
Yeah,
and of course, so
nice.
it's a lot of jazz and rock
Mm-hmm.
in kind of mix.
Mixed, yeah, it's mixed.
Well, I think people have to listen to it to judge for themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. But thank you for sharing with us what you think about it, and yeah, all you people at home. Of course, today you will hear the single. Uh, that's not really the only thing that we do. There's a lot of more music coming up. We just finished actually recording our first EP, which will come out soon. And in the meantime, we're just working on the extra EP for later this year. But let's go back to Brian and Brian. So in this group, you play guitar, the lead guitar, but you also have to share this spot with your friend Mark Boget on guitar, lead guitar. So how is that for you? I mean, have you ever played in a band with two lead guitar players? It's a bit unusual, isn't it? But
Well, that's an easy one.
yeah,
It's a kind of magic.
okay,
That's the whole word. That describes it all. We play with a fantastic drummer. Maybe you know
okay,
it. And we're playing with also with another guitar player that gives me the opportunity to play more of my own shit and my own stuff.
oh shit,
And
no shit.
he backs me up. And also the other way around, of course.
Okay,
Yeah, and the composer of the songs, Mr. Juan van
hey,
Emmerloot.
hey, okay, stop.
He's a real good drummer, but also a really good composer.
Thank you so much, man. Well,
Just listen to the songs.
don't go over the top there. I think it's. Thank you so much, man. Totally appreciate it. And yeah, well, you guys haven't listened to anything yet, probably. So, I pay him for this. Thank you, Brian. So, hey, one more question because we're about to play the single. We would love to share it with everybody there at home. Brian, I know why I wrote this song. And there's a meaning to it, and I don't have to explain this all, but I'm curious, man. And out of that curiosity, I would like to ask you the question, man. So how do you experience the music, the single, Ring of Fairy, that people are going to hear?
Ring of Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like an epic journey.
Okay.
It starts with really easy going, and the orchestra is done by David Clarkson.
Dave Clarkson.
He did a
we know him too.
really good job.
Absolutely true.
And then the music starts, and it's kind of taking you away on an epic journey.
Right.
So, kind of like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
What
I
kind
agree,
of
yeah.
fairy tale?
Yeah.
Big balls.
That's typical Brian. That is typical Brian. Thank you so much, Brian. He's out of. He just battery run flat, I guess, from his telephone. Anyway, so enough said. I'm going to share with you, like a really a good DJ. I'm going to share with you the song "Ring of Fairy." Well, here it is. You will hear it. And look at this beautiful front cover that was created. The photography is from Japan. But the front cover is created by the Room Recordings, our label. Well, what do you say of this? Here is the Ring of Fairy. Wasn't that fantastic? I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it too? Later on, we will have the video clip with the music again for you. But first, between all the lines, I got in touch with Mark. Mark, are you there? Mark, are you there?
Hey Juan.
Hey man. Hey, good to see you, man. You look great. How's it going with you at this moment?
Well, I'm doing fine. I'm healthy and
Thank God.
get a little bit bored staying all day at home.
Oh,
But
understandable.
I'm creating a lot of new music, playing a lot of my guitar,
Cool.
and hopefully I see you all soon. And we can play together and playing live, recording again
Yeah.
in the normal situation. So, but I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, well, good to hear, man. And you know what? I'm also looking forward to, sitting together again. But lucky for us, we recorded a lot of stuff already. And it's been mixed and everything is ready. So, and we all just heard the single. So, it's not too bad. Let's work under these circumstances. What is it like to play in this project with another guitar player? How is that for you? Two lead guitar players in a band.
Well, it's very interesting. I don't play a lot with another guitar player, and I learn a lot from him. He's
I can
a different
imagine
player
that.
than me, and I really like how he's phrasing and how he's playing, and his different influence. So yeah. I really, really like it, and he's also a very nice guy, and I think that's very important too, playing in a project like this. So yeah, I really like it.
Oh, that's good to hear, man. I'm so glad. That's so important. Being on the road in the future, we might as well like each other. But first of all, like you said, he's a well player, but so are you, and that's very important too. Having said that. Can you maybe describe the difference between your playing and Brian's playing? Because I can hear a difference, but can you hear a difference too? And maybe can you describe this?
Well, it's a difficult question. I meet him a couple times with the rehearsals and the musical discussions at your place, but I think his influence are a bit different than mine. Of course, we have our own heroes and stuff. I think he's more orientated in the jazz and fusion music, and I think I'm a little bit more in the rock world or something like that. But well, I think we have also some very same interest in guitar players, but he's a different player. He plays different, and so. But it's a difficult question. He's Brian, and I've got my own stuff, and the combination. I really like that.
Well, he's another person who's very happy with the combination. For my compositions, you guys, do a lot of impressive stuff. I mean, you bring my compositions back alive, and I find it very, very, very cool. Having said that, of course, you already mentioned the difference between you and Brian. So you must have maybe different favorite guitar players, I reckon. Maybe you can share them with us.
My favorite guitar players are, when I was a kid, I listened a lot to Steve Vai and Joe Satriani, Paul Gilbert, Yngwie Malmsteen, John Petrucci, all the guitar virtuosos. But what I really like of their, especially like Joe Satriani, he got a lot of songs with teens in it, I really like the fast stuff, but I'm more like the musical, thematic, dramatic things they are using, because there's no singing parts in the instrumental music that they make, and you have to tell everything by guitar, and yeah, I was very inspired by those guitar players.
Well, interesting, because at the same time, I'm trying to avoid. You guys try to avoid as well, but I try to avoid parts in the songs where parts don't really belong to a song to make it interesting. And shredding is nice, but if it's only shredding, it's no composition. Sorry. Hey, but good choice. I mean, and Brian and yourself, you play great melodies, which I'm really happy with. One last question: what do you think? How do you see the future with G30? How's that for you?
Well, I hope we going to play live. I think I'm gonna enjoy that very, very much. I hope we're gonna record another EP.
On
I'm
it.
gonna do some very great shows in the future. Well, let it come. I will say. I'm very curious about it, and hopefully we can do a lot of musical things together. Yeah.
Well, thank you, man. I'm so happy you said that. And yeah, here is another person who is very happy and looking forward to some great music and more to come. Hey, but enough talking. It's time now to unleash the video clip. And here it is, the Ring of Fairy video clip with Mark Bogut on guitar and Brian Borders on guitar and me myself on the drums, and listen to the beautiful intro that David Clarkson has created. He made a fantastic job out of this. All right, there we go. Press that button. you know how great it is that you like your own tune, and well, amazing job. These guys, David Clarkson on making the arrangement, Mark Bogert on the lead guitar part, and you've heard Brian Borders on the other lead guitar part, and of course myself, I'm playing the drums. What else can I do? Okay, it's about time to say to you that, well, I got some other stuff to do. You can see the congas, and I got some keyboards there and the bass guitar. Got to do some stuff. Let's celebrate the Friday, and why don't I just play a few more, teasers for you. I'll start off with Hidden Treasures, which is the lead guitars played by Brian Borders, and then I just play a little of it, and then I'll play to you just a little snapshot of what's the other song called? Oh yeah, Yep Yeah. That tune was written not by me, but by Emil Bode. But it's on the AP, coming out very, very soon. So keep following us on Instagram, g30.rocks. Come to Facebook, g30.rocks, or find our website, the beautiful website that we have. You can see the video clip there again, g30.rocks. Because we rock, don't we? Enjoy. Here comes Hidden Treasures. Are we? Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Everybody there? Oh, I guess we're online, right? Yes. Yes. Do I look good? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board here at the G30 channel. I always wish to have a radio channel, and here it is, a radio channel with video live. Welcome here. It's the Friday, 1st of May, and I'm so happy. We are so excited. Today is the release of the very first single of my new project G30. Some news that I have today, a little bit unhappy news, which is I'm not surrounded by the guitar players that I work with. However, the good news is we will today find some connection with them through the internet and ask some questions. So at least we are all together and to celebrate this beautiful day. We are going to play the single, of course. We even are going to show you the nice video clip that we produced. It's all been a long secret. We had some quiz questionnaires and games, and some people of you, maybe some of you that are watching now already saw it, but hey, hush, we will save that for later. First, I'm trying to hook up with guitarist Brian Borders. Brian Borders and me, we know each other from way back, but never had the chance to play together. And one day I saw him on the internet doing some shredding, and I was like, ooh, that's amazing. That guy really plays cool. And I think like 2 years ago, I